cross country this fall. I think it's really exciting what our women's track program has done for all of us around here the last few months with the experience or the success they had last spring and summer, and with Diamond bringing home some gold medals for us. That's a really cool thing for our other athletes to see. So I think this fall just has a little different feel to it. I'm really excited to see our football team in action. I'm really excited about Mark's team. I know he's excited about that. And I know it's been 18 months since Dr. Zinger's really put a lot of things in place. And I think a lot of those things, his challenges to our athletes and our coaches are really taking hold. So I'm excited about seeing that transition. We've been at it for 8 days. We've had 13 practices over the last 8 days, and we'll get a chance Saturday to get a little organized with the Crimson and Blue scrimmage, and then we open up in Arkansas a week from tomorrow. And all across the country, volleyball coaches are beginning to get a little more anxious. About next Wednesday, they'll be in panic stage, but because we all feel like we need another week, like Mark was alluding to. But they've done everything that we've thrown at them, and we've thrown a lot at them over the last 8 days. So we're excited about where we're at this point. We know we got a long way to go. But we are motivated by our finish last fall coming up a little bit short. And we know as a program we were probably one good win away from an NCAA tournament bid. And when you can isolate 3 or 4 matches where we had the opportunity to do that, you really got to take a close look at everything you're doing from top to bottom and where you might be able to gain an inch or two per play, per set, per match to where you can make that difference. And our team's been diligent in doing that. Our staff's been diligent in doing that. And we're convinced that we can grab the number of inches we need to make those big matches fall our way. We had 12 freshmen and sophomores on our roster last year, and this year those young ladies are sophomores and juniors. And you can't believe the experience factor that many underclassmen becoming upperclassmen, what difference that creates in the gym each and every day. And we've seen that throughout the spring and this fall, or to this point this fall, and we really think that's going to make a huge difference. We bring back, if you have 7 starters in a volleyball team, counting your libero, we bring back 5.5, 6 starters. So we're excited about that. We feel like we've got good depth, and depth means not just numbers, but numbers that can play in different positions. So it's been a competitive fall camp to this point for each and every position, and it'll continue that way, so we're excited about that. Our schedule, our conference will be a little different with West Virginia, obviously, and TCU joining us. West Virginia's program's in a little bit of a rebuilding phase right now, so I think the Big 12 will be a challenge for them, but I know they'll be excited about each and every time they get to play. TCU won 25 matches last year in the Mountain West Conference, and I know they feel like they can be competitive in the league right away. But we have a league where Texas is picked number 1 or number 2 in most polls. We have 2 or 3 teams in the top 10, top 15, and I don't think it'll be much different from last year where the Big 12 was the number 1 RPI conference in the country. So that being said, we know what's in front of us. We're ready for what's in front of us, and we got a very motivated group that's excited about getting started a week from tomorrow. We are excited about we host 2 home tournaments plus 3 non-conference matches. We have 17 home dates, which we're excited about. We've got a number of NCAA tournament quality teams coming in the pre-conference that I think will ably get us ready for what lies ahead in conference play. So we're going to take each match like it's important, because you can have a good win or a bad loss, and both of those are equally important when it comes to NCAA tournament selection. So each match will have value, and we'll have a number of opportunities to get quality wins against top 25, top 15 ranked teams.
Coach, it seems like, to my recollection, and maybe if I have this wrong, obviously let me know, but it seemed like you guys had a few matches last year where it just didn't quite close it out, where some big matches where you guys were close to winning or it was really neck and neck and things kind of got away from you at the end. are there ways to kind of, is experience a factor, just having the gals becoming a year older now? Or, how do you combat that kind of thing this season?
Well, I mentioned the fact that we have that large group moving from sophomore to junior, but still you got to make the plays. And having gone through that isn't enough. Having gone through it and making adjustments to small adjustments each and every time we train and each and every time we compete. And I think that's been our focus, is to, once again, if you can get an inch, if you can trend an inch to the positive in what you're doing on and off the court, then maybe that'll make the difference necessary for a 2-point loss at A&M at home, or a 2-point loss at Oklahoma, or a 2-point loss at K-State. Not that I remember any of those, but we have a number of those opportunities when, in fact, we just needed probably 1 or 2 more quality wins. So emphasis to detail and experience paying off in that we're a little smarter this time around.
Coach, what have you seen so far in preseason practices that you do like, and what have you seen that you don't?
I would say for the most part, it's been a very positive experience. The thing I don't like is that we need to understand that recovery is a big part of training, so we need to find the time for them to recover a little bit, because we're a little dinged up like anybody would be at this point in time. But what I do like is, once again, the attention to the detail that our athletes are showing. We've got a group of ladies that you'll talk to that have been showing a great example, not only leading by example, but helping their teammates get to that level too. And I like our newcomers. I like the 3 freshmen and a transfer that are joining us. I think they've give us a different look in a lot of different positions. So I think that combined creates some good opportunity for us this fall.
What are you looking for on Saturday in the Crimson and Blue match?
Just some different combinations. Everybody will get a play. We'll look at some different combinations just from the setting standpoint. We have 3 setters we're looking at right now. We have 4 different middles. Only play 1 setter at a time and 2 middles at a time. Some pin players that have some different strengths. And just getting them in their uniform and out in front of some people to see how that reaction is. Because some people like that set of circumstances. Some people, that's a little bit overwhelming. So I think it'll be a good run-through before we go for real a week from tomorrow.
What makes Caroline Jarmock such a special player?
Caroline Jarmock is a special player because she's a versatile attacker. If you stop one attack, she's got a number of other attacks she can go to. She's got a nice combination of size and strength. So she can score points from you by blocking, by attacking. She was also our leader in aces and serves last year. So she scored points for us from 2 or 3 different ways. And she's motivated to be one of the best, if not the best, middle blocker in the conference. So I think you combine all those traits, and I think you got somebody who has a chance to have a really, really impactful fall for us.
You mentioned the conference RPI. What would it have meant for the Big 12 had a team other than Texas, like Iowa State, made the Final Four last year?
I think it would have been good. I think Texas sometimes identifies our conference as the team when, Iowa State's been to a couple of Elite Eights, been 1 match away last few years. Kansas State beat Nebraska at Nebraska and made a Sweet 16. Oklahoma's been to a Sweet 16 the last couple of years. But I guess, ESPN, they validate the Final Four by the coverage they give to that, so a lot of people see Texas. But I think we've got some teams, a number of teams capable that they not only can they get to the NCAA tournament, but they can make a little bit of a run into the NCAA tournament. You alluded to the Olympic impact of soccer, and for the women's game, the Olympics had a tremendous impact, we hope, for fans and just the overall growth of the sport. We went 1 and 2 in the beach game with our women, and isn't it amazing that we're disappointed that we won a silver medal, because we probably had the best team in the world, but not that day. Brazil was better than us. So it was very exciting to see our national teams, both on the sand, on indoor, have a great Olympics.
This year's Tour Days has been very successful. I think it's very productive, and it's a good change from the past. It's really intense, and we have a lot of accountability this year with each other. And I've liked how we're cheering each other on and helping each other through it, as well as making each other better each day. Yeah, in the past couple of days we went on a retreat and had a pretty cool experience, and it helped us focus more on detail. And I have seen throughout practices, not that we've not paid attention before, but we are extremely focused to every single detail now, and I feel like we're taking even a step further in the right direction with that detail. Yeah, it's very exciting. I mean, every team is different, and every group of girls brings a different, unique set of personalities and talents. And our team had talent last year as well as they do this year, and I'm excited to see we're all fitting together really well, and the new girls are doing really well, so I'm really excited to see what we can make happen, because I think it will be good.
I think it's been, like Bob said, different, but a good different. I think this summer, when the coaches couldn't necessarily coach us, there's just a new feel, a new self-driving feel to the team that the coaches don't have to get on us about competing hard or working hard, but I think we're self-motivated because of last year, and because we want a different result. We want to be more competitive and we want better results. So I think there's definitely that feeling of just we want this, and an overall competitive feel, and in drills, it's not just, okay, let's get through this drill and we'll be done, but we want to win. We want to practice winning and being good and efficient. So, good so far. I think we always look forward to our home tournaments. Those are always fun to, we go to Arkansas first, but then, we're still getting back into, the feel of playing. So I think we always look forward to our home tournaments and our home crowd. And it's, it's a series of games and different people that we don't normally play throughout the season. So I think it'll be fun. I really like our home tournaments a lot. Horse is really fun. The band makes it really fun, and just the way that it's set up, it's kind of an intimate environment. It's not a huge stadium, but you're right there. You can see the court, and I don't know. It's the fans, obviously, it's a lot of friends and family and support. So I think them coming back every year and expecting us and cheering for us to do well, they keep creating the environment that it is. I mean, we obviously want to go to the NCAA tournament. We haven't been there in a while, and that would be a successful year for us. And every team wants to know that they're a good team, that they are a competitive, that all the work that they put in results in something good. And so, like Coach B was saying earlier, every match is important, and we know that. We can feel that from last year, just where can we find a win somewhere. So I think goals would be taking every match seriously, or taking advantage of every match and how important it is, and working hard to get a win, and so that it builds us up and we have the best resume that we possibly can.